Brother man, brother man.
What's going on, bro?
Hey man, I can't call it. Can't call it another glorious day. You
You
know what I'm
know,
saying? To talk about this glorious thing we call football.
you
You know
know
what I'm
what? You
saying?
know what?
Take a take a break from this March Madness trash. No, it's fine.
Man, tournament ain't even really interesting. Plus, I don't think nobody got a bracket left.
Yeah,
That's
man,
insane, bro, for real.
it's crazy. And it's like I realized. I think this year, I think I realized I've kind of drawn the sand. Like it's been kind of been drawn a little while, but like you finally hit that last mark of just like, yo, college football, NFL football, and if I got time, I'll watch a little college basketball. Like I think I've officially drawn that line in the sand
Yeah,
to where it's like my time's going to the pigskin, man, for
I feel
sure.
you, man. I do like the break from football because, I think, when you miss something, it makes it even more exciting when you get it. So, as you see, it's baseball
Uh, hey
season.
man.
So that's what
In,
we
in,
gearing
hey,
up.
in
And
case I don't know, y'all say a prayer for Steve. You know what I'm saying? They just lost their guy, Freddie Freeman. He's a Dodger. So we're going.
so let me tell you real quick. I know this football real quick, but about sports all day long. I ain't had a chance to even talk to you about this, but last night, Freddie Freeman or him and his agent yesterday did a press conference, and Freddie comes out and says, "I was blindsided by the trade." Now I don't know if you realize this. Now hear what he said to the media. Dog, the Atlanta Braves went and opened a checkbook. Now Braves don't, Braves cheap, bro. The
Right.
Braves, Liberty Media, bro, they like the cheapest. Bro, them boy went and spent 16 mil for 1 year. I ain't never seen the Braves give a pitcher $16 million, not for 1 year. Come on, man. Jensen, they signed Jensen. Oh man, that's a crazy bullpen, bro. I think that was
Yeah.
just to, like stick you back to the Dodgers. Like we'll take your closer since you want to get on national
Right.
TV, have Freddie live, but it's gonna be interesting, man. I can't wait till they come to the A band, but let's get to the football, man. What we came to talk about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, we got a lot on the docket today. We're gonna do a little kind of talk about a little bit of everything, man. We talk about LBU, who we got for linebacker U. We could probably say that for a little bit, once the people start getting on, start seeing these comments rolling. Uh, we got, pro days, a lot of them happening today. Some happened the past few days. A lot of the bigger schools like Florida, we towards the end of the month. So, you know what I'm saying? It'll be a little mix of both. Free agency has been crazy. So I think the draft, like whatever you had, when they do that mock draft 8.0, it's definitely changing after this free agency, man. Like, what was the biggest shocker for you for free agency in the NFL?
Deshaun Watson,
Yeah,
the whole situation. Only because I really feel like everybody's like, oh, Atlanta lost in the fourth quarter again. Oh, Atlanta lost out in the fourth quarter again. But in all actuality, bro, I I was down for getting the draft picks out, but $230 million fully guaranteed is not a price I'm willing to pay on no quarterback. You know what I mean? That's just something I just didn't think the Atlanta Falcons were willing to do. I really think Arthur Blank got up and walked his ass out the room. Like as soon as they said 230 million fully guaranteed, I think Arthur Blank was like,
yeah,
yeah, y'all can and three first round draft picks. Nah, I'm good. I think all the blame got
yeah,
to live with that, man. But so far, man, that's it. Far as just like a real like signing though, if I had to just give you one off my head, was like, dang, what Randy Gregory did to the Cowboys, that was kind of classic, bro. I he he duped them boys, man. That was crazy, and took the same deal. It wasn't like he went and got more money.
right.
I know it was less. I think less language in his contract, but
Yeah,
that's crazy. I'm really interested now, man, to see the fallout from the draft, man. How that really affect the first round. I think
yeah.
that's gonna be kind of crazy, man. What you think? Who you got for the crazy signing that you think on?
Um, I think that Randy Gregory move was I think it was surprising because even Zadarius Smith, that might be one too. He literally agreed to go to the what was it, the Ravens. Like he literally agreed to go to the Ravens, and he just backed out, and it's just been quiet since. I was like at least with you know what I'm saying, Randy Gregory, we found out why, which made sense. But Zadarius Smith, everybody's like, so what's going on? And my man been quiet. So I don't know. Like that's crazy to me. Like that's crazy. And then I think the splash, which I told people about weeks ago, Devontae Adams going to the Raiders, man. You know what I'm saying? I tried to tell people, I was like, he gonna be with the Raiders. Everybody was like, no, he wouldn't ever leave Rodgers. And I was like, fam, he gone. It was gone. Thanks, Brandon. It was shocking. And it was shocking when I first started to see about it. But once I heard, and then I heard that he bought a crib in Vegas, I was like, oh, he gone. But when they franchise,
you said that, I give you that credit, man. I give you credit when credit due now. You said, Steve, like 2-3 weeks ago, man, maybe a month ago, you said, man, he just bought this house in Vegas, bro. He coming to the Raiders. And I said, yeah, man. Yeah, 100% you right. And then when they were talking about tagging him, I was like, damn. But you were like, nah, just hold on. I'm telling you, I know what I know. And you said, I know people. And, bro, you was on point with that one, man. I give you that one. That one.
I was
good. So now, do you think now wide receivers, since we had like shuffle and move, Amari Cooper don't move, what do you think how does that affect the wide receivers in this year's draft? And yeah, Corey, you're right. Yeah, 230, man. I ain't going home either. Somebody offered me 230.
Fully guaranteed.
Fully guaranteed.
He about to take a good 3-4 mil out of that. Go ahead and get his case taken care of. and that's it. Like that guarantee was like, just in case this go bad, I'm good for life.
Exactly, bro. Now I don't think the Falcons were comfortable with it. So yeah, I'm with you, man. But
and they shouldn't be. And they shouldn't have. So. This was a desperate move by the Browns. This is just what they do, man. Like this is why they'll never be a successful, franchise the way they handle business, because they just try to just do the extreme thing. It's like, yo, that wasn't even necessary. But
so what you think about the Broncos? What about the Broncos making that move for Russell Wilson too? I mean, that was you talking about the dream. Now I'm value now. Now let me mind you, my boy Birdman on Twitter, man, at Birdman, follow him. Bro came in and with some real knowledge the other day, because people was going at the Falcon brass and going at the front office like, no, don't give up first round picks. No, don't give up first round picks. That man said from 2014 to 2018, we have 0 of those first round picks on our team left. And then the last few first round picks we don't have, they ain't even on the squad, or they're not even going to make it. So, yeah. Like, what are we really doing with these first round picks? Y'all valuing these picks, but we don't even have these people on our team no more.
You value those picks for the potential, but let's be real. I mean, your teams are built on the guys picked up between draft pick 2 and 5, second round through 5th round. Those are the guys who build your team. The first round draft picks are it's kind of like the NBA lottery. Like your first 10, 12 guys are usually like those guys, like going to come in day one. After that, it's a
crapshoot.
And then it's just potential. I mean, these guys get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to scout and to go into the backgrounds to see work ethic, but a lot of the times it just comes down to were you successful on your team and how you look. Like you look at the Patriots, how they scout their guys. There's a reason they always trade out their first round picks. I think N'Keal Henry was the first guy they drafted in the first round and the longest, because the value of that first round draft pick, you pay them a whole bunch of money and you hope they, they do their thing, but you draft back, get a couple of picks, a couple of players, and that never fails with them, man. Like it's a proven thing. So it's definitely crazy to give up to value those picks, especially like when you give up in the first round picks. The Broncos like, man, you can have them because we plan on being picked 28, 29, 30. So it ain't like we're gonna be a top 10 pick. So we ain't even tripping. So I think you go into that. I know that's how the Raiders were thinking when they gave up for Devontae. We only gave up 2 picks, and I was like, that's awesome. But
that's proven commodity though. Instead of you drafting a wide receiver and he got the drops, Everybody ain't Jamar Chase, bro. Everybody ain't Justin Jefferson. Those
Not
guys
bad.
there, man. Do you think in the first round though this year you got somebody who you would say after they pro day, this is a wide receiver I can see lining up beside Devontae Adams you would like to draft if you had a first round pick? Or who do you see somebody who you in the late rounds, you know what I mean, would take as far as a wide receiver?
I think there are 4 or 5 legitimate number one day one guys in the draft as far as wide receiver. You got the 2 from Ohio State. You got the kid from USC. You have the kid from Penn State, and I think Pickens is one that's a day one starter. Now I don't know if he's going to get picked in the first round.
Now, every mock I've seen, you know, mock you can't really stand on them.
Yeah.
Every mock I've seen, I've had Pickens in the second round, seen him in the second round. But yeah, Brandon, yeah, top 10 is usually where your most talent is. After that, like you said, man, you can go left or right. You just never know.
Yeah.
After
But
that,
this wide receiver draft is deep. Like
I agree. I like London, bro. London Pro Day. Did you see Drake London?
Nah.
Have you, man, bro? Listen here. If the Falcons draft London, I'm not mad at number 8. I promise you. They take him at number 8. I'm not mad. London balled out, man. I hate your boy got hurt out there in Michigan, man.
Oh yeah, Joe. Yeah. See, that's the thing, man.
That's hard there, bro.
That he tore his Achilles, man.
Yeah, man, that's tough, man. It's your pro day, so you know it's gonna hurt your money.
He wasn't a top 10 guy, but he was definitely. I mean, I don't think so. Like, I mean, talent wise, he is, but pass rusher, he was 4th, I think. They had him like that 3rd, 4th, like spot. You're gonna have a lot of O line.
You know what I'm forgetting about up there, man? Your boy from Oregon. I keep forgetting about him when I think, because I think that boy from DN from Hutchinson. That's the first person I think about. Then you got your boy from Oregon,
Kayvon
Thibodeau.
Man, I don't
on boards. To me, I haven't seen him drop.
I think it's not a skill thing. I think it's just how he handled his business and how he was just so out there, like that personality, man. It's one of those guys, like, you see that Antonio Brown in him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't going, like, it's strictly, I mean, yes, it's all strictly business, but you still want that guy that loves to play the game for the game.
Yeah,
I don't get that from him. I get him like, yo, give me my check. If my money ain't right this week, I ain't playing. Like, I get that vibe from him. So I know if I do these NFL coaches and they're like, yo, there's no rush. Like, we have other needs. If you're picking in the top 10, you got more than one need of a pass rusher. And so the team that was talking about picking Jacksonville, I don't think Jacksonville stays in the top, the number 1 pick. I think they did extremely good in the in free agency.
Extremely good. They just spent a lot of money.
I mean, they spent a lot of money, but I think they got quality pieces. You know, they got 2 O linemen. They got Sheriff, and I forgot the other guy they got.
Oh, they got 2. Okay, I didn't know they had 2
O linemen. So they're starters.
Oh, so
they got
Ingram come out of the number 1 spot. Okay.
Yeah, they could easily trade back to, and you imagine number 1 dropping to number 12. You picking up a first round. You may be picking up a second round, or you know what I'm saying, 2 second rounds, a first. Like, they give you a lot for that top 10 pick, especially number 1.
Yeah, this is the first draft board I've looked at a lot of mocks, and their top 10 is kind of just like all over the place. They got Carolina taking a quarterback. They got us taking a quarterback first. They got Carolina taking offensive lineman. They got the Giants taking offensive lineman. They got the Commanders jumping up taking the quarterback. It's just like so much. Well, they got wins, so I take that. I guess that didn't.
Yeah, they got to pay them. That's 28 mil. They got to, or 22, something crazy. But yeah, they it's definitely crazy. Like, this draft is deep. Wide receiver. I think pass rusher, like, you got a lot of guys there. Offensive linemen is always strong. They always come out ready. So I think we're going to see a lot of trades. I think in this draft, we're going to see a lot of guys trade out that first round to maximize the value of that first round pick. I think you'll see the Jags. I think you'll see I wouldn't be surprised if I think the Jets have 2 top 10 picks. No, the Giants. No, the Jets and the Giants. They both do. I think you're going to see.
I've seen that in the draft, bro. You got 2 teams with 2 top 10 picks.
Hey man,
And they both trash teams. So you know what I mean?
I think you're gonna trade back. I think the Jets trade back, pick up some more wide receivers, some more, offensive line. I think the Giants do the same. I
Or
see
did
a
you go
team.
with Red Richard? You need wide receivers. Some of those teams, I feel like, yeah, you're trying to build a team, but you also want to put people in the seats. You want to make your team exciting.
But do you reach?
Recently, you do that. You got to get a dynamite wide receiver in the Jets, bro. They got to get Elijah Moore was good, but you put Olave in the Jets, man. Come on, something like that, man. You need dynamite. I'm trying to sell tickets and win games. Right now, you need.
That's the thing, man. That's the gamble. Like, but I definitely see some teams moving up. If I'm the Cowboys, you gotta move up. I think that's been the worst free agency that I've seen in a team, man. Like the Cowboys have been, they cut La'el Collins, because they couldn't get a draft. They traded Amari for, what I'm saying, dog food. They who else they lose? They lost their second wide receiver, Wilson. You paid your third wide receiver like he had number one. You talking about trading Tony Pollard? It's like, y'all look bad.
Yeah, because now I think with you losing Gregory, you have to go pass rush if you Dallas, right?
Right, and why aren't they going after? You still got Jadeveon Clowney out there. You still got Zadarius Phillips out there. Like you got players that's in free agency that you can give, 2 years to. You know what I'm saying? Throw them some change, give them 2 years. A year plus incentives. They signed Vanderich back for a year.
Oh, they did sign Vanderich?
Yeah, they got him for a year contract. You got to get some guys on that team, man. You got some holes to fill, and I see them jumping up to get somebody that's going to be like they'll trade up to get like the kid from TCU or something. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll reach out to get the guy Olave when he maybe don't need to be that high. You know what I'm saying? Like, is he a first round pick? Yes. Is he a top 4 or 5 pick? No. But the Cowboys would be stupid and move up there.
No way, yeah. Risk your mortgage your future. I could see Jared doing something like that because again, you want to sell tickets. But me personally, I just don't think CD has proven that he can be the outlet. Again, I watched Calvin Ridley. Everybody thought he was that guy, and we clearly see we were gambling with that and how that turned out for us.
I think CD going to be like Juju, man. I think you're going to see that he benefited from having a number one on the other side.
Juju, another example. Another one, yeah. I like Juju going to Kansas City, though. Ooh.
Hey, man. Some of these –
AFC West is going to be good. Though. I hope they got good games on TV every week. I ain't going to let be some good games in the AFC.
Man. That's why I see my Raiders getting one more wide receiver. I mean, I know we traded our first round.
Which one would you want to say? I know you said Pickens was your choice, correct?
Yeah, if I could get – because that gives me 2 big guys on the outside. Pickens, he can stretch you vertically. We still got Renfro in there. But I wouldn't mind getting like Jameson Williams or Mechie, like one of those guys to where you don't have to necessarily reach up. They'll be there.
Williams popping on the boards, man. They must be liking what they're seeing from his medical report from that injury. I've seen him moving up a lot of the draft day boards. So, yeah.
Right. But hold on, let's take our 30-second break for B-Soul Radio. Shout out to B-Soul, but give us 30 seconds. All right, cool beans. Be back. Shout out to B-Soul Radio out of Atlanta for streaming our radio, our show. But so look, man, we talked about free agency. We talked about our mocks. Let's get into it, man. LBU.
Linebacker U, bro. Who do you think is linebacker U? So I know this whole week when we were talking about linebacker U, there were a lot of questions about like legacy and you got the old players people from the like Ray Lewis's and okay, I gotta give those teams credit.
Right.
Y'all got more people in the Hall of Fame on the NFL than on active rosters. So how can I call you linebacker you when your Hall of Fame got more active play? It's more people there than you can even call linebackers that have played in the last 5 or 10 years from y'all school at the NFL. So it's tough me to call Miami linebacker you anymore. You know what I mean? Because I can't think of a relevant Hurricane linebacker besides Ray Lewis in the last. Jonathan Vilma.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, he balled up. When I look at the U of a school, a position, right? LBU, DBU, quarterback U, there's certain criteria you have to meet. Relevancy is one. Like, you can't live off of the ghost of the past. You know what I'm saying? Like, exactly. USC had great linebackers back in the day. Like, it was a number 55 customary, that linebacker, that stud, that get it, cool. Or you go to like a Notre Dame, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of those schools from back in the day, Penn State, for example, Penn State being LBU. Yes, when you look back at it, and I think they value the person more than the amount of players in. When I look at a position U, I'm looking at how many players are you developing to get into the league? How good are they? And relevancy, like how often or how recent are you doing that? Because DBU changes every 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because people ain't think about who was good in the 70s. They're like, yo, what y'all been doing lately? Lately, this school been cranking them out. So that's the school, that's the U right now. Like, it forever changes. So my LBU is crazy. Like, I had to do some research, my guy.
Don't do that. Listen. I know what you listen.
No. Listen.
I'll let you finish.
My list is not biased at all. But I did some research. I looked at guys that's been drafted between now, like coming into last year. So the recent draft of last year through 2010. I looked at who got drafted, what positions got drafted, what schools, and that's how I came up with my list, because I had my personal preference, and I don't want my personal preference to impede the truth. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to just be like, Florida, because we had Spikes and we had Anzalone and Jared. Now, you know what I'm saying? You can name names, but when it comes down to it, who, you know what I'm saying? Who's it? So, I mean, I can give you my 5.
Go ahead.
All right. So I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. So number 5, I got Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, I got Florida. Number 3, I have LSU. Number 2, I got UGA. And number 1, I got Bama. Now, the criteria that I use, like I say, I went from 2021 draft down to 2010. Ohio State had 12 linebackers drafted. 7 of them were in the first 3 rounds, right? So I was like, okay, Ohio State. Florida had 12 linebackers drafted in that time, 7 in the top 3 rounds, and there were 2 first, 3 second, 2 third. Then we had LSU, who had 14 picks, 14 drafted linebackers. But the majority of those guys were 3rd round picks. Like, they had 5, and like they had 3 first round, 2 second round, but they had 5 3rd round. So now I went to UGA. I didn't want to just give it to Bama, because I was like, I mean, we could do it Bama, everything. But UGA had 10 picked in the first 3 rounds, and y'all had 4 first round picks, 2 1 second, and 5 3rd round picks, which I was surprised, but I'm not, because UGA is kind of.
It's linebacker U. UGA is the new linebacker U.
No, Bama is the linebacker U, because these mugs, man, they got 11 picks in the first 3 rounds, right? Out of them 11 picks, 8 of them were in the first 2 rounds. So that means 8 linebackers taken from Bama were top 2-round picks. So that's why they got the edge. Now, don't get me wrong. When you look back at this list, maybe 2 years from now, I think UGA takes that. You know what I'm saying?
You can look after this draft. You can give it about
you can look after the draft because you're going to have some players, you know what I'm saying, picked up type thing. Yeah, it's going to be
have one that got arrested for domestic violence, and the case is being thrown out because the girl lied, and he's still going to get drafted. He may go probably 3rd round, and he's a dynamic. Adam Anderson. If
you got lied on, then yeah, he should go.
Yeah, they thrown the case out, and she done ruined his career, man. I hate that, bro, because we definitely would have beat Bama probably by 30 if we'd had him, because he's like a Will Anderson type player, bro. He got that type of talent, and if whoever picks him up in the late rounds, oh man, it's gonna be crazy. But
if it was the 5th, we all be drunk, man.
Yeah, if it was the 5th, you're right. So let's talk about facts, because if Florida was on this list. Yeah, so let me tell you just off the top of my head, my first criteria was I'm gonna write all these schools and I'm gonna just name linebackers I know that played in the NFL name worthy, and just give every school checks by the name worthy people, right? Penn State, you didn't even have Penn State on your list. How dare you? Penn State, bro. JoJo put out linebackers like crazy. I gotta have Penn State on my list. Now LSU, you right. LSU is good.
I gave you facts and numbers. Tell me why, other than Michael Parsons, cool.
Navarro Bowman, Connor.
Navarro Bowman, when was this? Huh? What'd you have to go back to for Navarro Bowman?
Navarro Bowman. Then he played for Penn State.
No, I'm saying how far back did you have to go back for that?
Oh man, I mean, not that. But again. So hold on. Okay. So let me preface everything. Let me put it in perspective first, right? So I actually did historical and I did like new, because they don't really match up. They're kind of similar. No, because if you look into history, you got Miami put out good linebackers back in the day. FSU, Union, say Florida State, them boys got hell of back in the day. Penn State, USC. USC might have the most prolific linebacker core from back in the day. Clay Matthews, Junior Seau, and people like that. Bama, like you said, as of recent, I got Bama on the list. Definitely Bama's in the top just by the factory. Them just put out linebackers. But I did look up and do some numbers though. The last Bama linebacker that went to like a Pro Bowl or anything, had to go back a little bit.
Yeah,
Ohio State got some good defensive line. When it comes to linebackers, though, you give me a name where the Ohio State linebacker like right now making plays.
Just making plays. That's hard. But I know you got Deron Lee. You had guys
Deron Lee. He ain't even starting.
Now you got guys that came out with hype. So when I say like linebacker, I'm looking at like
I got they producing.
You got to separate. You have to separate college and NFL success. You know what I'm saying? You have to separate the two when you talk about the view of a position, because there's players that just fizzle out in the pros, but we're all Americans. You know what I'm saying?
The number of players you put out when you look at some of these schools, it's so close. They put out a lot of schools. They put out around the same number, like you said, about 12, 14, 10 to 14 range. A lot of schools tie when it comes to the number of players that they put out. So then when you go back to it and you look at, okay, are we going to look at like who did what, like you said, in the pro, the All-American status? Are you looking at it what you did when you got in the NFL? Like which one outweigh?
I'm looking at if my kid is a linebacker in high school and it's like, yo, where we want to go? We got to go to a school that's going to get you. If my focus is getting to the league, yo, where we going to get you ready to the league? You know what I'm saying? What school
right now you're gonna say Bama, Georgia?
Right. What school? What coaches have gotten their guys to the league? Majority of the school and the head coach. Who is turning out them dudes every year or on a regular basis? And that's who. Like, no kid is like, well, I want to go to USC. They're going to get me ready for the draft because Junior Seau was a beast.
Miami ain't got that kind of clout either.
No, they don't.
They ain't got that clout.
And that's very hard for Miami fans to swallow because y'all ain't got that swag no more. Y'all ain't that school no more. Miami's always gonna be Miami because of where they are, who endorses them. You know what I'm saying? The hip hop community, all that. They're always gonna be relevant in that sense. But
I care about Slick Rick no more. I mean, Uncle Luke no more.
But I mean, it's just the vibe. Like Miami owns Miami. Like you go to Miami, like I don't think it's too many towns that you gonna get that vibe. You know what I'm saying with Miami.
Them guys put out. But right now,
I'm not giving y'all credit for that. Maybe we get the running back y'all might, or you know what I'm saying, maybe.
But I got UGA first on the list just because as of recent, the Dick Buckets Award has been coming to Georgia, not Bama. Bama's 2 on the list. It's like 1A, 1B, man. I can't lie about that one. I did have LSU on my list. I even got Michigan too. I did do research, man. Michigan got some dollars that they don't put out over the last few years. They've been producing linebackers, like you said. Look at the number of people they put out, and not that really that impact in the league, but Michigan as well. And then Ohio State. Ohio State was my last one. So UGA, Bama, LSU, Michigan, and Ohio State that was my list for linebacker.
I'm not mad at the list, especially. I mean, historically, you got to give schools credit.
That's why I had 2 sides to it, man.
Yeah, it got to be 2 sides. We can have the discussion of legacy, of like who legacy wise as a program, and then over time versus who's really that position you like. But you're always going to have the same schools pop up when it comes to the legacy thing, just because at that time, like when the school was good, they were good for like years. Like, so you think of Florida State, that they had a run for years. Miami had a run for, that in 2 periods. USC had a run for years as far as, certain positions. So, you have the clout. Like, if you're that linebacker and you go to a USC and you are that guy, then, you might bring that, that prestige back to put on that 55, you know what I'm saying? Or Florida when you put on that number 1, or it's other schools 7. I'm just saying, like number 1 recently. I don't know who number 1 this year for offense. I don't know who's gonna get it. I don't even know if that's gonna be a thing with Napier. I don't know if he even cares about that. But like, or when you put on 7 at LSU, like it's a thing. Like each school has a thing. Like what does UJ have as far as like their thing? Do they have like a certain number? That you guys were
3. So them team last few people that wore number 3. I think last year was, I don't know about last year, but Roquan Smith, Todd Gurley, traditionally number 3 on offense, or number 3. Now that they do, now they start winning them on both sides.
Right.
Different, but yeah, number 3 on Georgia is usually gonna be somebody who's gonna mean something. You know what I mean? So that's usually something.
Yeah, that's how I feel about number 1 with Florida. Like last year,
Percy Harvin.
I mean,
did Percy wear number 1?
Yeah, he did, but he didn't wear it till his final year. Final year, like he came in wearing like 88, 82 or something like that. Then he moved up to like number 11. Then he moved up to 1. And I think back then, like it was different. Like when you have that allure at Florida for that number 1, like it was a thing. Like when whoever put on that number 1, was it? You have Kwan Ratliff, you have C.J. Henderson. You know what I'm saying? Hargraves, Harvin, even Tony. He did his thing in that number 1. It was some guys that probably easily should have wear number 1, but they just didn't because you think back of like my man not Harden. I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. Cornerback Hayden. Joe Hayden could have easily worn number 1. You know what I'm saying? You got defensive ends that was it Dunlap? I think he wore 8-1. Like you had a lot of guys who wore that number 1 that definitely earned it. This year it's kind of like like supposedly like Brent Cox went off during that spring when he transferred and he was just killing everybody.
Hey man, listen, don't be adding me with your Florida buddies too on Twitter. Don't be
hey man, you joined the conversation. You jump in
me.
my thing.
When them boys jump in there and start taking shots,
you jump in.
Look, on Twitter.
When I post about my Gators,
but don't be post facts. I'm you talking about NASCAR?
Well, when I post the stats, nobody wanted to watch because he had two defensive linemen numbers better.
No, he ain't got no dog in him to go inside and play like that. Get out of here! You gonna get that boy hurt. You better keep him on the outside and let him try to speed.
When we put up numbers, Jordan Davis shouldn't have won defensive award, and he shouldn't be a first round pick. And we put up numbers because we had two guys who
Jordan
had numbers.
Davis is 320, 340 pounds and runs a 4.8, and you gonna tell me he ain't supposed
what to? What that got to do with
you? Crazy.
What that got to do with success on the field? As far as what you did,
ask your center what it got to do with it.
When he was on the field, he was
on his back. Your center was on his back when he was on the field. Your center was on his back. Your guard and center were getting punished.
We're straight. We're straight on that.
Get out of here, man. Linebacker you though. So UGA is the new linebacker you. We agree on that. I'm good.
Yeah, I would give him that, especially after this year of guys coming out. It's gonna be interesting to see. Well, like I said, I don't think y'all coach Lanning had a lot to do with it. Like I think it's just the how
Kirby, man. We building that machine like Nick Saban, man. We done took Saban formula, did it a little bit better, remixed it a little bit, put a little bit more salt and pepper on that thing. And hey, listen, that thing rolling, man.
I think what you see with UGA, the difference between UGA and Bama is you have the defensive guru side of the Saban. Like when you think of Saban's success, he was Saban coordinator for what, 10, 15 years? Something crazy. So when you think of the defense with Bama, you think Kirby. So it's not no-brainer to think that the defense would just be that. Like, I mean, it is what it is. Like UGA's defense is top-notch because Kirby's a top-notch defensive coach. Now the issue is the offensive side matching it because they all have that run first, play action mentality. I mean, it's the same thing with Billy Napier, man. I mean, he has it's the same bill.
Yeah, but
but it's the same. It's the same formula.
Don't be shocked if by the time we get to Jacksonville, Stetson Bennett is not the starting quarterback. You heard it here first now. Don't be shocked.
I don't think
Don't be shocked.
The thing is, I don't think he's going to mess up for that.
Don't either, but I think there's a young guy that got a way better game. I'm just my opinion. Who?
You talking about Gunner?
No.
Who?
Brock and the grill.
Oh, Brock.
I think Brock got a bigger arm. Brock faster. He more mobile. I'm just telling you, bro. Don't be shocked by the time we get to Jackson. If we lose a game before Jacksonville, or it will happen at halftime if we are losing, Brock Vandagriff will finish the season as the Georgia Bulldogs starting quarterback. Why would I tell you now? I'm
surprised. No. Who told you who's going to lead y'all to the promised land? I told
y'all rolling with Stetson last year, but this kid, man, I've been watching this kid, man, and I'm just wow, just amazing. That's all I say, bro. Just wow.
It's one of those things. It's kind of like when we watched Emory and AR. Like we was like, everybody sees it. Like everybody sees it.
Exactly. You just see it, the ball come out their hand different. You know what I mean? He's one guy when you throw a regular pass, you like, damn. Like that, the ball comes out of bro hand on some what's old boy name? Stafford. He's on some Matt Stafford cannon.
I always said if Kirby finds his offensive minded guy like him, UGA would probably win 3 or 4 another championships.
Yeah, bro.
The way the defense is, but they just don't call, like, I don't know what it is, and that's the only thing that makes me nervous about the Napier offense coming is because these Saban disciples, their offenses typically run the same, but all of his disciples have usually come off of the defensive side. Like majority of them come off the defensive side that are true Kirby disciples. New Saban disciples, my bad. They're guys that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most of his OCs go to the NFL. Most of his OCs goes to the league,
Yeah. And then the OCs are guys that came in, filled in for like a year or two, maybe 3, and bounced. So I think when I look at Napier, I think you're going to get the defensive aspect of what he took from Saban. I think you're going to see that. Tony too. And then on the offensive side, you're going to get probably a mix of what Saban did and then a little new age. Like it's going to be an in-between. You know what I'm saying? UGA, if UGA gets that guy like that Mullen type offensive guy, like that young guy that comes in and just be like, look, let me do what I do.
Todd Monken ain't young. I like Todd Monken though. He's not young. He's been to the pros. He done been. I want that. I don't want nobody who's looking to be a head coach. So I like the fact he's been a head coach. He's been to the pros. He's explored everything. He's old, and he adapts to what's going on. I don't think he has. I think this year will be the first year he'll actually have the actual wide receivers that they recruited to start. I think before this they still had what's his name, the Arkansas head coach now, Pittman. They had more of his type of style with the blocking wide receivers. Now I think you're getting some guys that have been in these 7 and 7.
But y'all have burnt. Y'all have had.
Nah. Trey Burton was the first one we had, bro. And you see, he didn't stay because he blocked. He said he was blocking too much. I don't know why you go to Bama and think you blocking too much over here.
But, I mean, because you spread like you go over there to beat Jameson Williams. Like Jameson Williams, who was he until this year?
But he didn't mind blocking.
Well, you don't mind blocking when you're getting 10 targets a game. Like it's different. Yeah, I don't mind blocking every once in a while. When you send me on that scene,
they're gonna start hitting the ball out. I'm with you. Bama, they got Bryce Young. They're gonna keep throwing it, keep gunning it. So I'm with you. I understand.
Yeah, ever since Lane Kiffin went to Bama, they have told their offense identity changed from pound the ball down your throat to we're gonna run it to just keep it balanced, or we're gonna sling this thing, spread it out. My 5.
Why you've had the quarterbacks to do it, you know what I mean? And that's why, you know what? Just hindsight again, I didn't mind Falcons keeping that draft pick because you're probably going to be number 1, 2, or 3 pick next year based off your wide receiver core. And if you keep Matt Ryan or not. Bryce Young getting an A is good to me. I'll take Bryce Young getting an A tier.
All right, look, before we get there, let's do our got another 30-second break for B-Soul Radio. All right, boom. So look, man. So we got the last 15 minutes. Transfer portal, man. Breaking news. Emory Jones in the transfer portal. Who didn't see this one coming? I think I've told as many people I could, screaming from the hilltops, yo, relax. Relax. Emory is not going to be a quarterback for the University of Florida past spring. People are like, oh, he came back. Napier said that he likes the way that I said, I don't care what he said to y'all and them cameras on these TV interviews. Emory Jones will not be on this roster by the end of spring, simply because there's no chance that he is a starting quarterback. I think when he brought in my man Jack Miller from Ohio State, that was the nail in the coffin. When that happened, it was like, all right. Because it's not even about beating Anthony no more. It's at this point, I got to beat these 2 dudes. And what's the point of sitting on the bench? Bro. I think so I told people, man, and they were pooping their pants. Like, oh, he's going to get a chance to be the star. I'm like, fam, it's optics. It's optics. At the end of the day, they're not going to kick him off the team. You know what I'm saying? He did everything right that you would want out of out of a college player, especially in today with the NIL and transfer guys, you have a guy who stood by a program, did everything they asked him to do. It just wasn't successful.
Where are you going, Auburn?
Well, no, I personally think he's going to go to Arizona State.
They did lose their quarterback. That's right. He did. Where did he go? Didn't he transfer to
UCLA?
Chip Kelly.
Yeah, he went to UCLA. So, no, did he go to LSU? I think he went to UCLA.
I think it was too.
But Emory, see the thing with Emory, the decision was correct. The timing was terrible. I think this was something that he had to do before spring ball started or after spring ball was done. Because now you're in a situation to where you can't go anywhere and be a part of that spring team. You have to wait until summer. Yeah, you finish your degree at Florida, which is cool. But if your goal was to go play quarterback for someone and be a starter, you should have left. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He should have left before, because now you're a spring behind. So you go to Arizona State, they're working with their guys. You go, and he would have had opportunities when he said he's going to go first. I was like, oh, he can go to Liberty. He can go to UCLA. He can go to maybe like a Virginia Tech, who they just lost their guy to the portal.
Georgia Tech need a quarterback.
Georgia Tech, you know what I'm saying? North Dakota State, like teams that need quarterbacks that he would have been successful in. Maybe went back to the University of Louisiana, UNLV. Like there were options for him to go to. I was even thinking Ole Miss at the time when they were like trying to get a quarterback. They were needing like, but now you pigeonhole yourself to who needs a quarterback now. Now you're either going FCS or you're going to like an Arizona State.
JT Daniels is still out there too in the transfer portal.
But he different. JT can ball. Like, and Emory can ball too, but JT is
disrespectful when they leave.
And I mean in a sense of quarterback. So like when I look at JT Daniels, I'm like, he was hurt. The only reason he didn't play this year, he had the injury. Stetson took advantage, and he just never let go of the reins. It's kind of like a Drew Bledsoe, Brady thing. You know what I'm saying? He just took advantage of his opportunity. JT's going to go to a school. He can throw.
They said Missouri, bro. Do you really want to go out there and play? Yeah, Missouri got that wide receiver. They got a few wide receivers. They dynamic. Yeah. But bro, you're gonna have to throw the ball out there. That's maybe.
So I think wherever he goes is going to be a place to where they're going to like highlight him. But when you think of Emory Jones, you didn't help yourself with the past season. You know what I'm saying? The accuracy issues, the decision-making stuff. Sure, athletic-wise, everybody knew you could do that. But the passing of the portion of being a quarterback is where you suffered. And then springtime, you should have either gotten with a team to show that you can do it or stayed and put practices on film to show that you've improved. You got to
get out of there, man. You got to go ahead and make your move. You got your degree. You got to get out of there. Go ahead and get with a coaching staff that you think will believe in you, at least give you a fair chance. But like you said, people have already started working with their guys. They've been working out and doing what they're supposed to do. So, I mean, I've never seen Emory Jones as a talented enough quarterback to, like you said, like JT Daniels, and go in and just start winning games.
Right.
Yeah, I really think it's tough for him, man. You know, can he catch? That's what I would ask. Because, you know, at this point, you might have to play something else, bro. You might.
Well, that's the thing. He wants to play quarterback, and I mean,
yeah, I want $1 million.
He has the arm.
I want $1 million, really, really, really bad. But shit, tomorrow, bro. I'm just saying, like you gotta. Sometimes you gotta do what they let you do, man, and what you can do best. And I don't think he set himself up. I think he may have tried to believe in the new staff and say maybe they'll come in and give me a chance. But like you said, once that transfer happened and they brought in basically their guy, at that point, man, you should have been already on the phone with somebody else. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, me personally, Hugh Jackson down there. You know, HBCUs. I wish some of these transfer guys would look at some of these HBCUs, man, and look at the opportunity that they may have to go there and really put on good film and dominate. Because if you can play, your game gonna translate. You know what I mean? You're gonna stand out. You're gonna be superior above everybody else. And then you got an opportunity. Go somewhere, like I said, Grambling, one of these NC State, you know what I mean? NC&M. Go somewhere, man, where you can play, man, and give yourself the best opportunity. And stop trying, I want to go to a big name school. I want to do this, do that. Man, go somewhere and play, man. So for me, Emory Jones, man, if you graduated, you got your degree.
Well, he's getting it this spring. Okay. And I think it would have been a thing to where it's like, yo.
How old Deion Sanders, man? Well, he got his son.
That ain't changing. But I would have been like, yo, I'll bounce and I'll just come finish my degree. It's a semester.
Yeah.
You're like, you know what I'm saying? I just come back and finish.
Do that though. You got to be a grad transfer. You got to be fully graduated to go play immediately. He would have probably had to lose a year eligibility.
No, because you don't have to sit out a year no more.
Well, you got that one-time transfer. You're right.
So, you know what I'm saying? You could have went, and I mean, yes, you would have got a degree somewhere else. Like, it's a thing. It's probably more. What's more?
How did that boy roll down in the swamp? Let's just go and call it what it is.
No, look, man. I think Mullen.
Let's just go and call a spade a spade.
Mullen gave
Y'all
him
did that man roll down there in the swamp.
He didn't get.
I told him he was gonna be coming down. He was gonna be able to be y'all quarterback for Dan Mullen. He was gonna help Dan Mullen beat Georgia, and y'all lied.
No, he wasn't ready. I think it was a situation to where he was told, like, you come in and you're my guy. Like, I want you to be.
Your coach wasn't ready. Don't blame him. Blame Dan Mullen.
No, Mullen. We saw them
losing the Kirby since he signed the paperwork to come on and held the football and set up there and told them lies at their prayer conference. That man been losing to Kirby since day one.
What do you do, man? When you only recruit during the off season, you can't.
We're not even talking recruit don't matter. Remember?
Don't matter. I said, geez,
you gotta go, bro.
When you feed your team hot dog enchiladas, you know what I'm saying?
And your wife kissing the players in the mouth as they walk to the bus. Every one of them. Now that's nasty, Ken. Ken, that's horrible. That man wife kiss every player, bro, as she walk as they get on the bus. Really, bro?
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy to me.
See, Dan Mullen rap too tight, bro. I already knew bro had some issues going on.
I think when with the hire with Mullen, it was a name. They were just conceited, like it was just a conceited thing, like Florida recruits itself. We just got to get a coach in here that can You know what I'm saying? I think that was the mindset, and I think, but at the same time, you got to understand, Mullen guys were coming to Mullen because of what Mullen's gonna get you in the league. Like you might not win a championship. You might not.
Can we put that notion to sleep? Because who from Florida he got in the league?
He got Pitts. He got Tony. He got
talking about quarterbacks.
Oh, quarterbacks. I mean, he got Franks and he only had two.
Trask?
Franks and Trask.
They both in the league.
Yeah, I mean, he gets guys to the league. Like guys go to the league when they play under Mullen. It is what it is. Now his success as far as winning a championship, no, he ain't the Urban Meyer guy, but he was successful the way he called plays. His, you know what I'm saying? It's just he wasn't bringing them recruits, and I think that's what happened with Emory. I think he had an idea of like, okay, this is the guy that I expect to be that guy, because I mean, for all intents purposes, Emory was that guy coming out of high school. You know, like Ohio State, everybody was on him. When he flipped, it was like, oh, we got.
I do remember that. Y'all got Emory Jones. Y'all running around.
Frank was he what though? Number 1, number 2 pro style quarterback.
Yeah.
So you had the big arm. You weren't going to beat him. He was his QB mind was better than the other guys. Trask wasn't ready. But then when it came down to it, Trask was just better, and he was just a better quarterback than Emory Jones. So then when Emory Jones had his opportunity, it just didn't look. It just was bad because we didn't have the running game, and so you relied too much on his arm this season. We tried to run the ball, but we just needed more consistent play. So yeah, Emory issue. It was Mullen.
I said thank you. The swamp messed that kid up. Thank you.
I don't think Emory isn't a pro style because Emory was never accurate. Like his strong suit was not accuracy at all. I think he's the prototypical. If you bring him in, you break down. It's like mirror concepts. One half of the field mirrors the other side. Pick where pick where you want to go. But college ball, you're going to run the ball. You have to be a willing runner. Like Mullen he never needed a scrambling quarterback.
He needed them dog defense was all over their ass.
That's the thing. Like he wants a quarterback who's a willing runner. It's like when you think of Felipe Franks ain't a runner, but we need you to be able to just have that little caveat to keep the defense kind of at bay. But you need accuracy. And Mullen was too much of a X and O guy. Like he didn't. His X and O stuff was way too elaborate. It's like, yo, come down a little bit, slow down. You know what I'm saying? Like you got these dudes doing too much. Like calm down, dude. Like, and that was his thing. Like when you have a mind like a Mullen, who it just comes natural to him, other people are just like, what? And that's where his quarterbacks were. They were like, man, what in the hell are you talking about? So you so worried about learning plays and the concept and this that you're not even working on the accuracy part. That you know what I'm saying? It's so much that goes into the quarterback, and I think that's where they messed Emory up. Emory needed to be groomed with
thinking too much.
Yeah, they had him thinking too much. Exactly, they had him thinking way too much, and you can see it. Like his season last season when he was playing against a lot of the schools, and he was thinking too much. You could see the ball was 90% of his interceptions were late passes. They were the right pass if he would have threw it at the right time. It was like the right read, but he just threw it 2 seconds late. And that was the thing. He was just thinking too much. But when he got loose and started I think when AR got hurt and he knew, yo, I ain't got to worry about coming out. He got a little bit looser. He was slinging that thing. He was doot.
What game was I missed?
Even that tip pass against UGA. He's talking about when UGA was it Walker and the Dean tipped the pass and whatever. That was still a late pass. That was the late pass behind the wide receiver coming across the middle. Majority of his passes were late.
What y'all gonna do this year?
Hey man, we're gonna run that rock. We're gonna run that rock
on us,
on everybody.
Do me a favor. Just remember the one number, 88. You see what they said? The NFL scouts said, "Listen, UGA had a perfect pro day, great pro day, but everybody was looking at 88. That's who they want. And he don't even come out till next year. Ooh-wee.
But he ain't got that dude next to him though.
He don't need him. He is that dude. Jordan Davis benefited from him. What if I told you that?
I could believe that.
Okay. And now Big Bear gonna benefit from him too. We got another Jordan Davis. Y'all didn't even know about Bear.
We knew about Bear.
Okay, long ago.
Bear was supposed to. If Mullen wasn't Mullen, he would have been at Florida.
You wanted to go to Florida. He wanted. Yeah, 88 is that dude.
Okay. Hey, look who wanted to play for Mullen, even when they sucked.
You right, Carter. He did. I mean, your boy did. Bear did. He was at
Bear. Walter Nolan.
He had the orange glasses on. He was walking around. I'm with you. Bear was. I thought he was going to y'all, bro. I thought y'all had Bear for real. I really did. But when Mullen got fired, that was it. When Mullen got fired, I was sitting there like Bird, man.
It wasn't so much we got fired when we lost, and he was just like. And he just was just like, he just didn't care. Like he had that, who cares mentality. I was like,
and he seen Jordan Davis finna get out of there. All the defensive line was gone. Yeah, he can go play at Georgia too. So don't let them say you don't know playing time. Come on down here to Athens. We'll let you play right.
Yeah, it's y'all. We were supposed to get that guy. So a lot of the recruits that we gonna miss.
Yeah, I know it, bro. You already know. You know.
Man, we were supposed to have a great class this year. Like this year is supposed to be like
Alexander. Big fella on Twitter, man.
Yeah, man. Big Bear. He liked that. He liked that. But
got hurt.
But I mean,
hey Steve, the Bama narrative about their freshman not showing.
Yeah, I didn't agree with that. But Saban kind of killed that too because he said they didn't do what they were supposed to do to be ready.
Hey man, listen. I mean, injury is a part of the game. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean it is what it is, man. Freshman play, man. We got freshmen all over the field. The dude making the catch over the Bama defenders was a freshman. So it was a lot of freshman on freshman crime. Brock Bowles was a freshman last year for us, 19. So we all had freshmen out there. It was just like you said, who was prepared for the moment. You know what I'm saying?
They weren't.
Our freshmen were more prepared than theirs. Now
This is the worst UGA. This is the worst Bama team that we've seen in a long time. As far as like
beat us in the SEC championship, I don't know how we go up 10 and get that one up, bro. That's crazy.
Because Jameson, I understand Jameson Williams. That's what I don't understand. Like people were stuck on Jameson Williams. I'm like when Mechie went down, Mechie was the one that was giving UGA the business. It wasn't Jameson Williams. It was Mechie.
Yeah,
Mechie is the
had like 5 catches for one buck 10 already.
He's the Devontae Smith, the Jerry Jeudy, the Amari Cooper. He's the one he ain't going to necessarily beat you on that go route all the time, but he going to route you up.
I think Mechie, he like that crossing route. He gave me that Ridley. He going to separate, and he's going. Yeah. He's going across the field. He ain't going straight. He's going across the field on you, and he catch that ball in stride. You can just count. Hey, man.
But just to remind you, when we played y'all, we ran for like 160, 170 yards.
You better go do your damn research and stop lying.
Come on, man. You know I don't talk crazy. I don't talk crazy. It's somewhere up there.
Oh, so you count Jay Rushing. I mean, that was
I'm just talking about running the ball. Like we're going to run the ball. I think the thing with Napier that Mullen didn't do is
this is what that man just told you. I just told you number 19, Adam Anderson. That boy gonna be a dog in the NFL. Let somebody let that boy slip and go late. I promise you they're gonna wish they had.
It's different when you lose a guy in the beginning of the season or 2 games of the season versus a day or two before.
Bro, he played all the way up into the game against y'all.
Right, but what I'm saying is, we talking about the championship game. You talking about people being hurt?
Yeah, bro, he makes a difference, bro. He that much of a difference maker. I believe
when you lose a guy, few weeks before,
that late. I got what you're saying, but he's that much of a difference maker, bro, off the edge.
Yeah, I mean, yes, if everybody's fully healthy with their full guys, a lot of stuff would be different.
Put like this: if he didn't get hurt or getting suspended, I bet you every dollar in my bank account he would have broke the SEC sack record set by Reggie White. He was on pace to do that good, bro. He was average. He was getting 2 sacks a game before he got suspended. Like he came in the game sporadically, but he said before the season started, "I'm going to break the record. I'm going to get 2 sacks a game," and he was on pace to do that.
Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, it sounds like he ain't going to be a
Nah, he not. Yeah, you got them kind of allegations on you. But again, it's coming out that she lied. They throwing it out.
He gonna get picked up. He gonna get picked up. It's just, with it being cleared. Luckily, it got cleared months before the draft and not.
I was shocked he was at the pro day, bro. I had to go do my research. When I seen him at the pro day, I was like, wait, what the hell? So I mean,
that's good for him, man. That's definitely good for him. You hate to see like a Sean Oakman type situation.
Brian, Brian Banks or somebody like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, like you hate to see those situations. So that's definitely good for him. But next year, man, should be good. I expect UGA to be undefeated again next year. I don't expect. I mean, maybe A&M might get y'all. Maybe
A&M got to deal with Bama first. That West Coast on West Coast crime.
I mean, even still, but I think y'all play A&M this year coming up.
Play LSU, I think. LSU. We play LSU, Arkansas. Give me a second, bro. I don't think we play none of the big. We do have a cakewalk over schedule. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Y'all schedule is a breeze.
Yeah.
Y'all schedule is a breeze. Y'all play like EA.
Y'all better watch out for Kentucky. They say they got y'all number.
Man, it took a block kick to beat a terrible Florida team.
Y'all can't beat LSU.
You tripping? Well, I mean, yeah, that Mullen cut. I don't know what was up with that.
I'm just saying, bro. You can't.
I don't know what was up with that.
Man, listen here. We play Oregon first. That's gonna be a beat. Then we're gonna bless Dan Mullen. I mean, what's your boy? Not Dan Mullen. We're gonna bless your boy Dan Lanning.
Yeah, Oregon gonna be trash next year.
I'm telling you, we're gonna beat the Dogs. Yeah.
I hope we got guaranteed
We
money.
got Oregon, we got Stanford. So we got Oregon, Stanford, South Carolina, Kent State, Missouri, Auburn. We play Auburn early. We play Auburn in September. Early October and not late. Oh man, that's
I'll see y'all going down to that.
Vanderbilt. Then we play y'all October 29th. What's up, man? We're gonna meet in Jacksonville for the game.
Man, we'll see, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta ask my manager. You know what I'm saying? No.
I got
you gotta talk to our executive CEOs.
Steve-O said how Georgia exposed 31 weakness. He lines up wide 9. What I told you about that boy they put out there with his left foot a little faster than Jamari Sawyer. Yep. Yeah, they did. They put on that freshman out there, and he's not as big and strong as Sawyer, but he's lightning fast for a left tackle. And yeah, Al Madison couldn't do nothing, man. They were squeezing him down inside. Yeah, great adjustment, man. Definitely, I agree with you.
Yeah, UGA did what they had to do.
That's a fact. Grantham since he cost us that game against Tennessee a few years ago. Let
me tell you, Grantham should have been fired at the end of last season, right? It should have been it. Mullen's downfall was his loyalty to a fault.
Sound like Mark Reed.
To a fault. If he would have fired Grantham, right, and then we would have came back and had even a half better defense, we would have beat LSU, we would have beat Kentucky, we would have beat South Carolina. Now, I think mentally, Mullen was checked out, you know what I'm saying, as far as college ball and NIL.
After he got beat in Jacksonville and he said recruiting, we ain't talking about recruiting right now, recruiting ain't important right now.
It was before that. When we lost to
I thought that was the same game. I thought that was the press conference for Jacksonville. I thought he was in Jacksonville.
No, that was it. But but Mullen lost. It was before that. Okay. But I think Kentucky was before that.
You're right. It was the week before.
Like Georgia was the third loss. It was like them. We lost to them. We lost to someone.
LSU.
Yeah, LSU.
You lost to LSU the week before Georgia because we started running that same counter.
Yeah. So that's what it was. I think when we lost to Kentucky, the way we did, because Kentucky's always a tough game. Like they always step up for us. They're like little brother. They always get ready for the fight. And we played terrible, and we really lost off of the run, the late game, that counter. And I think that's what LSU picked up on. They hit us on that counter for that touchdown, and they blocked the kick. That was the difference maker for them, really. And then LSU did a counter, no adjustments by Grantham, absolutely none. And that's the thing that hurt Florida. And that's what, because you don't put a program together and run a game like we did against Bama, and then 2 weeks later do what we did against LSU. Like that don't even make sense. That makes zero sense. That's not even.
Well, they got up to play Bama, man. That's all it is. You can tell.
But I'm saying those same guys. Those same guys are on the same fit. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
So that's when it was like, it's a leadership thing. Like it's not a skill set thing. It's a leadership thing. And but I think now, just following how the defense is under Tony, the guys we have, the position coach we brought in, I think are going to make a world difference. I think it's going to be they're going to be a little bit better technique wise. And I just think overall, they're going to be coached better. Like you can already see when I watch the practice days, they're just being coached better. And I think the offense will be good enough because
he got no damn whistle when I seen him out there.
He had a whistle every video I saw. Now he might not. He probably was caught him in a moment or in his pocket or something.
And why he always wearing black? He ain't got no other color he can wear.
Hey man, I like that black. We like that black. Hey, shout out to him. Let me tell you something, man. I know we're running over time, and I apologize if my wife watching. I'm gonna be done soon. You know what I'm saying? But look, Billy Napier changing the spring game. He took it from a Saturday afternoon and made it a Thursday night in the swamp under the lights. Man, that right there is going to change. That I guarantee you, next year you will see more teams having weekday spring games. I guarantee you, for the environment, because the kids are still on campus. You still got your college kids on campus. All of the recruits that we plan on having are going to be under the lights.
You can reinvent the wheel 100 times. It's
just about. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about creating the atmosphere.
You right, y'all need to do everything. Change it all, coach.
Like we talked about last week. Imagine UGA and Florida.
Y'all been using for the last 4 years. Change the bleachers y'all been using for the last 4 years. Change the damn banner, the lights. Y'all change every damn thing you don't use.
I'm talking about recruiting.
Get rid of it. Because y'all up win a championship and you know it's bad.
I'm talking about the effect that it has on recruiting, the effect that it has on.
Recruit don't matter. Dan Mullen said that.
Dan Mullen is no longer a part of this organization. He's surfing in Hawaii and all that. He enjoying his little.
He gonna start coaching Missouri just to get back into all that next year. Wow.
He gonna end up at Bama when he gonna end up at Bama. Watch. Should I tell you next year? He gonna join as an analyst.
That ain't good, bro. I wouldn't even want that for real. That
ain't good for nobody.
Saban needs to retire though soon. Hopefully this is his last ride, man. The man 100 years old.
Man, my man is on cruise control in a Maybach. Man, he chilling.
He walk his ass out on the field. They're gonna have to walk him out from the field.
Bobby Bowden style. R.I.P.
Bobby Bowden style. That's exactly what that's the vibe I'm getting from Nick Saban.
Yeah, man. But watch out. I think we're gonna. I don't know if we're gonna get black uniforms this year, but definitely look out for the black unis. Look for the blue lights
with the spikes. We just got the black with the spikes on the collar. I don't want y'all coming with some damn black uniform too, man.
I think we're doing all. I think we're gonna do the all black.
That's why we need to move the game out of Jacksonville.
Yes, man.
Home, bro. We gotta start this movement.
Yes.
We can wear black. Y'all can wear black when y'all home, vice versa.
Right. I mean, I think we're gonna do it, but having the spring game under the lights with you still got all the students still on campus. You got all the recruits coming in. You still gonna have fans that come. It's gonna be a different look. It's gonna be a different vibe. That excitement, the band. I think because the allure of you know what I'm saying, the swamp is nighttime with the fire and the light.
Yeah, man, I got it.
Yeah. UGA when you watch UGA and I'm not even a UGA fan. When you watch UGA on the 3 afternoon, but you watch them at 8 o'clock at night, and they stadium go red.
But you know what, too, though? You know, they don't serve alcohol at the game. And yeah, you're right now. Kirby did cut off the border. He cut off that bottom border a little bit. It was floodgates open. It was kids down from Columbus, Albany, Americas, on around the Bainbridge, all the way up through what schools are those up there? Savannah. Kirby cut all that off because back in the day, those schools weren't really rocking with Georgia like that. You know what I mean? But now with Mark Richt wasn't really down there. Mark Richt just wanted to recruit Macon up. That's all really Mark Richt cared about. He didn't really want to go below Macon. He felt like that was really like country bumpkins. I'm just being honest with you. That's how he kind of looked at. He didn't look at good football being played down in South Georgia. But really, that's what the thoroughbreds were. So when you sit there and got the situation where now Kirby Smart has cut that border off at the South, Florida ain't going in there and getting them guys no more. Auburn ain't going in there and getting them guys no more. Florida State, he cut the tap off. We win a national championship, bro. That's not a coincidence. I think that's real.
Right. And I think what you're going to see, what you're seeing now is Napier, because remember, Napier is a Georgia boy.
Mm-hmm.
He a Georgia boy. And
where he got from? Oh, let me go look him up.
Man, his dad's a football coach. I think he retired. But yeah, he grew up in southern Georgia.
Stop it.
Nah. No, that's the way everybody's like, ooh, we back in that. And he been taking a lot of trips. He been doing a lot of coaching clinics, taking them tours.
You know me though, it's always about where you born at. I feel he did grow up. He grew up in Chatsworth, Florida. Okay, I see you. But he was born in Tennessee though.
Yeah, but that's that southern Georgia area. And so
I got it. Okay, I got it.
And you know, him being remember he was one of the big recruiters for Bama when he was there. So he always he's been able to go into rooms and schools and stuff. So I think you're going to see an influx of. It's going to be majority. I think the roster is going to be like 85% Florida kids.
I'm telling you, you better hold Deion Sanders stay out of the goddamn backyard. That's what you got. I mean, I feel he got one. That's all it takes. When they start getting one,
no, I mean they're going to get two. I think they're going to get kids, but I think like it'll be like
you don't think he can flip the narrative that much where they could be a top? Do you think he can ever flip the narrative enough where you'll have a HBCU eligible to go to a D1, make the transition to D1?
Yeah, a lot of them are D1.
I mean, well, not the. I mean, you know, on the FBS level, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. They already play those guys. I mean, he takes those. You know, when they have the quote unquote money games. You know, when you see a Grambling playing Bama type thing, like they already there.
The sacrificial lamb.
Right. I think you'll see. I think you'll see more. You know, 4-star kids, maybe some 5 stars go there with the success. I don't think it's going to make a big difference for schools like Georgia, Florida. Like you may lose a kid or two from your town,
Florida State might not agree with you right now. But.
Now, Florida State, a school like Florida State who's suffering, like because for recruiting, that'll hurt them. But like Miami, Florida, we can go to California, we can go to Louisiana, we can go to across country. Georgia can do the same. So these schools probably aren't going to do that. But when you bank on one player being the change of your program, yeah, that'll hurt. Like they went to Hunter like, yo, he's going to change our program. Yes, when you have that mindset, yes, you're going to do that when you're in a situation like that. And it's not like Hunter is not going to change that program because at the end of the day, who's going to throw him the ball? At the end of the day, if I don't throw to his side, he's not affecting the game. Like there's ways to cancel out those great players. I mean, you see it, and that's why you need great players all over so you can do that. So, I mean, I think Deion's going to do his thing. I hope he does. But, you know, Napier he's at the coaching clinics. He's at schools. It was one guy at he was in a Georgia school. It was either Georgia or Florida. It was somewhere, but it was like a small school. And they was like, yo, we've never had a coach from a school like this big come talk to our kids. We've never had a guy who can recruit our kids.
Yeah. He used to hanging with the slums and at the bottoms and the low level schools.
But no, I'm saying, but he used
to be a JV coach.
Nah, that's a recruiting thing because you have those kids. Like not everybody goes. Like look at Georgia, right? Not the school of Georgia, but the state. Now it's easy to go to Buford, you know what I'm saying, and be like, yo, who you got? But are you going to
talent at all the little schools?
Yeah, are you going to Lithonia High School? Are you going to?
Hey man, that's what the number 1 overall pick came out of. You know he is Andrew Thomas.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but you have smaller schools in Georgia who may not get that look or that school deep in the sticks. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I've been watching. You know, I watch my enemy, man. You know they say keep your enemies close.
Hey, man.
Close and your enemies closer. I watch y'all. You see, I'm coming on your, and I ain't scared to jump in the fight either. I jump in there with all the players that you be tagging. I don't mind going back and forth with them either. So
we coming.
Yeah, I'm watching. I ain't never too tired to watch what y'all doing.
We coming.
Man, we got Tony. We got touchdown Tony coming on next week from the 707. Man, don't forget next week we'll talk about some 707 action. Kind of get into the 707 scene and see how that's kind of influencing the game now in recruits and how these kids the 707 coaches are recruiting kids like it's a college.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that 707 world. But yeah, man, let's wrap it up, man. You know, we over time, you know what I'm saying? But you know, you can't help when you talk about these Gators, baby. You know, you can just talk all day. You know what I'm saying?
That's all they gonna do.
Boy.
They ain't biting, they just talking.
Hey, that's all we can do around this time of year. That's all we can do. We'll see how much we talking in Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? When we come out there and punch Stetson in the mouth.
Meet me in the college football playoff. Oh yeah, you don't even know how to get there. It's all good. Come on, man. It's all good.
Yeah, y'all got two. Look, y'all got one. So you know it is what it is. It is what
we got the last one. We ain't got one. We got the last one. Don't forget to put that part on there. We got the last one they gave out.
That y'all did. Y'all did.
It's all good.
Give y'all that.
Show, man. Good show. Good show. Don't forget, guys, y'all tune in tomorrow morning, 8:15. We got the big show. It's a lot to talk about. Y'all know they're gonna have me on here talking about Atlanta, Deshaun Watson, how I feel about Deshaun Watson. So if y'all want to get my take on Deshaun Watson, the Atlanta situation, where we go next with the Falcons, we're gonna break that down tomorrow morning on 910 Sports Show. So make sure y'all tune in. Every Saturday, we are here, me and Ken, at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Central. Next week, we got Tony coming in, quarterback out of Griffin High School in Griffin, Georgia. Come in, going to talk about 7-on-7s, what he's doing to prepare for his upcoming season. And we also going to break down what we got next week. Linebacker, you will go. Running back, you? Wide receiver, you?
Let's do running back you and get UG out the way. And I ain't gotta talk about it no more.
That's 2 weeks in a row. I'm trying to give you a break.
Nah, that's it, because that's all y'all got. Y'all ain't gonna be number one, so I ain't worried about it.
You sure? I might have got one more position. I got one more position that might be good at. I got one more spot. You don't even think you're ready. I think when we talk about DBU, we got to talk about Georgia too now.
No.
You got to.
Y'all too new money for that. Y'all ain't got the bodies for that.
We got 4 first-round picks in the last 5 years.
Okay.
I don't think nobody else but LSU got this.
That's that. And that'll be nice, but when you go back to over time, I would say 10 years.
It's some guys that been drafted, but ain't nobody ball.
That might be it.
Yeah, you right. I can't.
How I say, you talking about
DBU, man? You might have y'all. Yeah, y'all might be able to.
I mean, I think it's gonna be. You look at us. You're gonna look at Ohio State. You're gonna look at LSU.
Yeah.
You're gonna look at I don't know, man.
There might be some West Coast schools that might be able to talk. DBU too. So we'll see, man. Good show, man. Good show always, man. Had good talking to you.
Indeed, bro. All right, man. We out. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Interact with your boys. We'll get back at you.
Peace.